Alright, here we go with Monster Party on the NES from Banco Namdai in 1989. This was originally called Parody World Monster Party, and if you can tell from the bosses running behind the title screen, you can see why. Because that looks like a mighty mean shrimp tempura to me, boy. Now, this exceedingly long opening sequence here shows that for some reason bright stars cause Mark here to cry like a bitch with a skin knee and shit. Made his eyes moist. Who the fuck talks like that? But anyway, so this kid is just crying from the beauty of this star so much he doesn't notice this giant magenta bird demon crash in front of him. And he's not taken aback at all. He just introduces himself. Well, he asks who the fuck that is, rather, you know? And this guy picks somebody who is half his size, a child, on a completely different planet, and because he's carrying a baseball bat, he must be the only person who could possibly help him save his world from monsters. When you are a giant magenta talon demon, what do you consider to be a monster? I'm just curious. But anyway, so Bert just yokes Mark's ass up and flies off with him again. Mark does not complain at all about this. And Bert drops one last surprise on him. And it's a big fucking surprise. That they have to now fuse at the genetic level, which looks painful as all get out. Now, we start the first stage, and it looks like a fairly normal fucking world, but we jump into the first boss fight right away, and it's a generic form of Audrey 2 from Little Shop of Horrors, except it's a pitcher plant, and it's blowing cum bubbles all over the place. Now, after every boss fight, it'll drop one of those question mark things, and it'll either be points, which are worthless, extra HP, which can always be used, or it'll turn you into Bert, which is probably the most important item in the entire game. Now, you'll notice that for some reason, beyond the pillars that have eyes and mouths, and these crazy school-going bastards who are chucking lightning bolts at people, and giant dead creatures that are for some reason a boss, you see these people who've buried themselves upside down up to the waist and just fidget. Now, when the world turns into what it really is, that's the only thing that stays the same are the, I don't know, weird inverted glory hole seekers, because that's what it looks like. And tell me those dog people aren't just terrifying. More so than the eyeball with the tentacles. Now, in every world, you'll get a certain boss. It's usually the third one. When you kill him, it'll automatically give you a... Oh, sweet! Most important item in the game. On the third boss, it'll always give you the key. Once you get the key, all you have to do is find the exit to the level. And that's pretty much it. Now, I really don't understand why Bert needed Mark's help in the first fucking place, because, one, Bert can fly. And two, Bert can fire fucking lasers out of his eyeballs or his hands or something. And Mark has a baseball bat that he has to stop to swing. He can't move and swing. Bert, on the other hand, can fire his lasers while running. Now, he does have a certain amount of time he can stay this way. When you start seeing the Zelda Flash, Life Low kind of thing, he's about to turn back into Mark. All the boss, not all of them, most of the bosses are stationary. They just sit in one spot in the room. Now, the one benefit that Mark's bat has, sweet, fucking A, is that it can reflect projectiles back at the enemy. Bert does not have that ability. Not like he fucking needs it. He can shoot lasers out of his damn eyeballs. Now, some enemies will always drop a specific item, but when it comes to the bosses, it's a 30% chance. They always drop the question mark, but as to what that question mark will be, there's no way to know as far as I understand it. But Bert and Mark are going to stop for lunch. We're going to have some shrimp tempura, some onion rings, and I think it's spare ribs on a stick. But they're just so damn huge, we're going to have to beat them down into a sludge, and then we can slurp them up off the floor. Now you'll notice there's a constant pattern with the way the enemies bounce or walk across the screen. If you can get that pattern, you can pretty much just jump swing until there's nothing left. Also, if you jump and press down, whether you're Mark or Bert, it'll make you fall twice as fast, which can be massively helpful. Oh, almost got caught in the back of the head with a cum bubble. That's not good. Now, the main thing about all these stages is it's pretty much just a big-ass maze. So you just got to find the quickest path through the world that you're on to find all three bosses and then just get the fuck out of Dodge. Now, as you can see, like I said, most of the enemies are stationary. If I'm on the right side of the screen when I kill the boss or close to the center, I'll pick up the question mark. If I'm on the left side, I'm not going to waste the time. But for a 30% chance of turning into Bert, it's probably a safe bet to just grab the damn thing. Now these eggs here that spew the cum bubbles, if you smack one of the bubbles back at the egg and kill it that way, it'll almost always drop extra health. So it's kind of worth it. And the easiest way to do that is just to basically hit the bubble with the tip of the bat, which, why did they color the bat the same color as his skin? Because it just looks like the kid is rocking a hammer. He's just running around beating things to death with his hammer. As a matter of fact, on his homeworld, they just call him Sledgehammer. They don't even call him Mark. That's why his parents didn't supervise him on the trip to the baseball game. They weren't worried. Anybody fucks with Mark, he's just going to beat them to death with his enormous sledgehammer. Sweet. If I'm not mistaken, that skeleton always drops the Bert mutation item. Now, there's two of those. When a question mark drops, there's a 30% chance that it'll be a mutation item, but then some enemies will also drop a little pink pill capsule, which I'm not sure that was the best item to put in there. So the kid's basically picking up mysterious drugs and taking them. Right there. Now, if you're already Bert when you pick up one of those, basically it just refreshes the timer. Also, if you shoot one of those stalagmites before you get to it, it'll cause all the ones in front of it to fall down as soon as the screen becomes seeable. So, that'll help. With this guy, all you gotta do is pick a spot and duck, and then just keep firing. And the main key with this is you want to be Bert as long as you fucking can. See, I'm about to turn back into Mark, and I really need to stay Bert for this section, so I can hope that these umbrellas will have a question mark item, or the next 4 enemies, one of those 4 will have it. These guys usually drop one. There we go. See, one of these 4 usually has the ability to turn into Bert, so I wasn't worried about it. But if I would have made it past all 4 of those guys and not turned into Bert, I would have had to have restarted the run. Because it would have just taken too damn long. Now, when you're fighting these bosses too, most of them travel at a very specific speed, which happens to be very close to the speed of Bert's lasers. So if they're running right and you shoot a laser at them, please be a transform. sweet. As I was saying though, if they're running right and you shoot a laser right behind them, you can shoot one laser and it'll track them the whole way and do damage the whole way. So you can actually kill some of these bosses in like 2 shots. Just by timing the shot and the direction correctly. Because, I mean, they're all in this tiny room and they all have to go from left to right to left to right. With the exception of a few. One's dead, which you already saw. One of the bosses you don't attack at all. If you do, you have to re-attack him. You just have to watch him dance. Which is fucking weird. I got lucky right there. Actually, maybe not. I'm not sure. Some of those guys, like the scorpions there, a lot of them tend to drop the question mark. And like I said, there's a 30% chance as to whether or not that'll be Bert. Oh, look. He's shooting swords out of his groin. I don't know what it is with this game. And them just... Yeah, I'm not even gonna worry about that one. And I think there's certain bosses, too. Normally it's a 30% chance, but I think there are some bosses, no matter what, they'll never drop one of the Bert transform items. They just don't. Yeah. See, that's another one of the problems with playing with Mark, because since he doesn't have the ability to fly, there's... Oh, isn't that just fucking cute? Some demon cat in a box, just... What the hell are they? Are they baby kittens? I don't know. Damn! Fuck it, I'll take it. I'll take the... See, this is what Bert can do that Mark can't. Is like, when you're going through those areas, there's guaranteed that Mark's gonna have to take the hit to pass. Bert can just... That's again, why the fuck did Bert need Mark's help in this at all? I don't know. Unless, much like Little Nemo's adventure, this was just some nefarious plot by Bert to try to kidnap some poor Earth kid. I think that's really what it was. Oh, look, Johnny Rocker here. Easy enough. Now, he dropped the key, so we're just going to get the fuck out of here. Now, I'm hoping that this run, I can score it in under 20 minutes. That's all I want to do. Get through the fucking monster party in 20 minutes. I'm just showing up for the monster party, saying hi, and then leaving. I'm not hanging out at the monster party. I'm not a party monster. That's not how I roll. Damn, my life is kind of... Now, at the end of every world, you'll get, I think it's 8 HP blocks back at the end of every world. So, it's kind of like a survival mode. Like, the whole game is like a survival mode, which is kind of interesting. Unfortunately, this dead fish here will let me turn back into Bert. Now, that, as far as I know, those dead fish always drop a pink capsule for you to turn back into Bert. Now, unfortunately for me, this is where I get to just sit and watch these idiots do their dance. If you kill them, you have to leave and come back in and watch the dance all over again. And boy, what an exciting dance it is. I'm just getting all hot and bothered watching this. Look at those moves. Such limber zombies they are. It takes so damn long that I have to turn back into Mark. Mark's terrified. He just wants out. Oh, missed that jump. Now, fortunately, there's a fish right there. So if I don't get lucky enough to get a transform thing out of this fucker, then I'll just get one from the fish when I leave. This guy's a little different. Most bosses, if you stand right in front of them and swing, it's fucking A, man. And I got the key. if you stand right in front of him and swing, that's where you do the damage. But for that guy, you have to stand, again, right between his legs and jump and attack from the middle. There are so many. I don't know why they focus on the groin so much in this game. And it's not just me. It's not just me. It can't just be me. I refuse to believe that it's just me. Also, I'm not entirely sure why sometimes Bert's laser pattern will change. Sometimes he only shoots 2, sometimes he shoots like 6. I haven't been able to figure out what the difference is. Oh shit, look. I think it's like the only dead fish that doesn't drop the Bert pill. Alright, now this stage is probably one of the bigger pains in the asses. For one, it's constantly got that flash thing going on, and we have another enemy where it's just the bottom half of somebody running around. So again, we have another groin-based enemy, and a whole mess of tables and chairs. I'm not sure why anybody would think tables and chairs would be threatening, even in Parody World, but whatever. The biggest pain in the ass in this stage is probably well, this boss, because it's kind of hard to see. But just go for the lower right-hand corner. A couple of hits and it's dead. And we got the key already, so we can just leave. But like I was saying, the biggest pain in the ass on this stage are those blue fireballs that constantly get chucked from the ceiling. That is one jacked up chair, and you see him just twitching as I came out the door. He's like, ah! Now I gotta make sure that I go into the next world with as much Bert as I can, so I had to come in here and grab that Bert pill, because that pair of pants always drops a Bert pill. Fortunately, there was just like one boss in here that you have to fight, so I'm pretty stocked up on life. And this is like this stage is pure speed run. This is why you need Bert as much Bert as you can when you start this stage, because if you have to come in here as Mark, is a bitch. So watch, bow, one shot, and I hit him like 6 times just by timing it right. But if you have to come into this area as Mark and jump and walk through all this shit, oh my god, it is such a pain in the ass. But, as you can see, if you have Bert, you can just fly straight to the top, or to the door, it depends, and just get the fuck out of Dodge as quick as possible. You do gotta watch out for those crazy, insane pink bat creatures, though. You will probably take a couple of hits. Make sure you kill that guy. Pick up another Bert pill. As far as I know, he always drops a Bert pill. The last spider's big brother. Ain't nothing to worry about. Now we got the key. We're gonna bail the fuck out. There are also a lot of enemies that you see in this game that just look like weird, gelatinous creatures. It just looks like some kind of foul liquid with eyes. Alright, I think we got enough life to just gun it, because this stage can kill you quick. Besides actually having... Damn it. Fuck. See, this is why I can kill you quick. Get into the corner, duck, and just keep firing. That's the safest way to fight that one. But there are just so many airborne, like these things. There's like when they come like that, there's always 3, and there's a good chance that all 3 of them are gonna hit you. Not to mention all the other crazy shit, and then there's, see, they're hard as shit to dodge. You gotta be like low and then go up to the top. This guy, just get right next to him, duck and fire. It'll take you about 3 seconds to take him out. See, that's how you dodge them, but Sometimes it's just they don't want to be dodged, you know. They're gonna hit you and they don't give a damn how you feel about it. So you want to have as much life as you can possibly have when you come into this world. Yay! I'm fighting a severed pharaoh's head. Well, that was just delicious. Now, if you're lucky, you can get out of their way quick enough and they'll just kind of self-explode and it won't do you any damage. But as you can see, I've lost like a third of my life being in here already. Now, fortunately, I have the key, so we can just get the fuck out of here as soon as the exit pops up. See, damage just throws itself at you in this stage, man. And then just for a little bit of salt in the wound, they throw 3 more of these fuckers at you right at the end. You're probably going to get hit with 1. But here we go, the final boss. I think I can do it. I think I did it, actually. There's no... Yeah. I did the sub 20. Because there's no way it's going to take me a minute to kill this guy. I basically just have to shoot lasers up his fucking nose until he's dead. Which should be, like, right now. Boom, baby. Damn, look at that time. 19:19:9. Mark didn't really destroy the monsters. That was pretty much just Bert. And so Bert gives Mark this box. Oh, look, another princess comes out of it. Dun dun dun! But this is an evil bitch princess, and she turns into a fucking monster and summons more fucking monsters. What a gift from Bert, boy, let me tell you. Thank you for saving my world. Now die! This is what I don't get about this, though. So it was all a dream? If you remember, Mark was walking home from a baseball game when all this started. He wasn't, like, sleeping or anything. Bert was there. He whispered to Mark, "Let's go again." See, and he's holding Mark's bat now. Just the whole thing seems suspect to me. I think Bert was just some creep dressed up in a bird outfit who abducted some kid, and this was what he made up in his mind, so he didn't have to remember all the horrible things that Bert did to him, along with covering him in genetic mutative material. And, yeah. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this, you masochistic bastards. Peace.